went through a very rough experience in my life many years ago. My faith has been my anchor and my guide.
And an aviator friend of ours named Bill Miller said, "Roberta, tell Jack that 2 planes were shot down and we didn't see any ejections." Tom Moore, who was then the chief of naval operations, called up and he said, there are no survivors. So I called Carol. Meantime, of course, I didn't talk to her immediately, and said, "Carol, I think Johnny's dead. Do you?" And she said yes. And I said, "Okay, let's accept that." And these stewards, Filipino stewards, came running out. "Oh, Ms. McCain, oh, Ms. McCain, he was shot down. He's a prisoner of war." Can you believe that that's the best news I ever heard in my whole life? So see, it depends on where you're standing, what your reaction is.
I think they were going to let John die. He was incredibly wounded, in just horrible injuries when he was captured. And then they were looking at his ID card and it said John Sidney McCain III. And he said, John Sidney McCain Jr. is an admiral. Maybe we have a celebrity here. And so he was singled out for the wrong kind of special treatment.
He truly does believe in duty and honor and country and integrity and principles. John was offered early release, and he told him to shove it. And the nastiest interrogator of them all, the commander of all of our camps, we called the Cat, looked at John and said, "I think you will regret that decision." They tortured him and rebroke some of those bones. But John did that on point of principle. As soon as we were pretty sure the guards had left, we whispered, "Okay, count off, who's here?" And went on down the way, and all of a sudden, John McCain in room 9, and said, "Orson, this is John McCain." And I'd never met him. And he said, "I've been wanting to meet you a long time." He said, "You're one of my heroes. You're a Marine. I always wanted to be a Marine." And, I said, "Well, John, you're a Naval Academy graduate. You could have been a Marine. Why didn't you become a Marine?" He said, "Well, I wasn't qualified." And I said, "John, what do you mean you weren't qualified?" He said, "Well, my parents were married." And the whole camp, this little camp of us broke up. You take on a different perspective after you've been hammered right to the limit, till you can't take any more. And things that necessarily before you took for granted, you don't take them for granted anymore. Things like freedom, and things like the ability to move around and do things you want to do. He has been there, he's done that, he's been miserable, he's been tortured, beaten, down to a pulp, and yet he still comes up with that patented McCain smile. The only reason why I'm here today is because I believe that a higher being has a mission for me in my life.